everyone. Today we are going to talk about on a beautiful Monday morning. Talk about the founders who do the mistakes. Yes, we are very happy to announce and tell you that there are more and more people coming into entrepreneurship, starting their own businesses, and definitely they are not creating opportunities for themselves but for others as well. Now, here as a business coach, when we keep on talking to business owners, we found some statistics which says that there are some common mistakes which the founders are doing nowadays, and that is why today I am going to talk about this. Hello everyone. Yeah, as you know that I'm Alok and I'm a business coach who is on the mission to take India on the top of the world. So we are on a mission to make India the entrepreneur country of the world, and we are the first in India to talk about this topic. Why can't India be top on the top of the world when it comes to entrepreneurship? Yes, the mindset has been shifting nowadays. Correct? It will take some time, but that's not too far because the way individuals are getting into entrepreneurship, they are taking challenges, they are coming out of their comfort zones, and they are, becoming millionaires. They are becoming, shark tanks. They are becoming, what I mean to say. But the point here is there is a great shift in the mindset in the Indians now, and everybody wants to become an entrepreneur. Now the point here is when somebody gets into the entrepreneurship mode and somebody wants to become a founder, and the passion is so bubbling, it's so passionate, is because of those passion and the energy, everything which comes all of it at a time, people do make some mistakes. So here I'm going to talk about some 3 4 pointers as a mistakes which the founder should avoid to make the business sustainable and profitable, and that is what even our objective is. So I keep on talking about business and entrepreneurship, and that is why today again I'm here to tell you that if you can avoid all these mistakes, if the founders, if you are willing, if you have just started, or if you are willing to start your own business as a founder, please do keep in mind all these pointers which I'm going to talk about. So number one, the number one mistakes which the founders do is lack of research or less of research. What we do is, since we are into this marketplace, and this marketplace is driven by the supply and demand gap, we definitely see that there is a demand. Correct? So that demand is okay, but is it being checked and followed by some data and the numbers? That research is missing when these founders start doing businesses. Number one, have you seen, you just see the one side of it, you just see the positive side of it, that there is a demand, and if we get into this particular segment, we'll make money. That's okay, but what is the other side of the coin? People don't see the other side of the coin, and because of which they're stuck at some place. So you have to see the pros and cons. With research, with proper research, you can make this happen. Correct? So that is one of the major things which I wanted to tell you, that research is missing. And there are n number of tools nowadays available online with which you can do a research. A proper research will tell you what all steps and what all things to be done, so that you never stop, you never come across any such unwanted situation when you have to back up or something like that. So you have to do a proper research. So that research includes a lot of things, right? That includes your market research, marketing research, your competitors, your future prospects, and there are so number of things. What the world is talking about it, where the world is moving towards it, what is the trend, everything you have to cover in that research. So it is a one of those critical parameters which the founders should be doing it. Number two, once you are through with the research, you can take a note of those points, like what you need to do, where the market is going, what are the numbers saying, because I say that numbers don't lie. When numbers are there, it is very much clear. It is very much clear where the market is going, where the demand is going, what are the shortcomings, how the things are changing, how it is shaping up. Everything would be clear through a number. So the research part, which I would urge all the founders to start doing it. Without proper research, you'll be stuck at some point. So before doing it, yes, you may be having a very good idea, no doubt about it. You are too passionate, that's also perfect. But without proper research, it may cause you some kind of a distress or depression at a later stage. So avoid doing it. Number two. Number two is the financial planning and forecasting. Based on the data which you have gathered about the market, you can obviously plan your financials. That is one of those, again, because money is required. How much money do you have? Are you going to do it bootstrap? Are you going to invest? Maybe you and your friend or a group of people are starting your own business, right? Are the funds sufficient and capable to sustain it for, let's say, 3 months or 6 months or year time? If not, what is the backup plan? What is the forecasting you are doing it? Let's say you are doing a business, you have started a product or a service, and you think that, okay, by 6 months of time we'll be coming to our net zero level. Okay, from minus two become to a threshold, correct? Now if you are regularly making money, you can definitely take it up. If you think that your product or service is such a that you need more and more time, so do you have a investor in place or a future something like that which will keep you funding all the time? So financial planning with all those pros and cons, again I'm saying, you have to keep in mind, and some buffer as well. Let's say if you are thinking of something, you should be having an additional buffer so that if anything goes wrong, you can at least be there. Number three is the wrong team selection. Most of the founders, since they are into the industry, they do have their colleagues or ex mates, right? Maybe friends and family members. At times they tend to, because they have become founders, they think that they are powerful, they can hire anybody. Because of this, they end up hiring wrong people, they end up hiring a wrong team. So if a team is not performer, or the team is not working well, obviously any idea which you are going to put it across your team, your best of the ideas could be devastated, or even your the worst of the ideas could be, made beautiful if your team is properly working. So a team is a huge backup for you and your growth. That team is going to work along with you to take the business to a newer heights. So a team should be, again, passionate as the way you are, and they should be understanding the, again, the pros and cons, because when it's a new company there would be some challenges. Maybe the infrastructure would not be that good, right? So that kind of a mindset you need to check before hiring somebody in your team. And again, last but not the least, I'll say, because I'm making it very short and crisp, the last point which I want to tell you is the initial capital expenses. So if you start getting into a, let's say, a bigger office space, or you want to have all those facilities which are top MNC is having right now, don't compare yourself with the top MNC which is existing there for long years. Just try to minimize the initial capital investment. The recurring cost should be the minimum, right? The infrastructure cost should be the minimum. If you can hire some space which is costing you even lesser, may not be in a very good locality, but that's good to start with. And you remember, all these bigger companies, they started with a garage. You must be knowing about all these bigger companies. So I'm not talking to start with a garage. Take a small area wherever you want, maybe a flat or something which is in a not very popular area, but the people should be able to reach there in time. It should not be very, located in a very dump area kind of thing. People should be able to reach there in time and something like that. So you have to maintain the initial capital investment as low as possible, because that, if that becomes a burden to you in the longer run, you're going to again be depressed, or you'll be having more and more liabilities to fill in. So don't try to have initial capital investment on a larger side. Keep it minimal. And if you consider to have all this at one place, I'll really tell you to get into touch with some kind of a good business coaches whom you appreciate and whom you like, with whom your frequency matches, so that they can guide you doing all this, right? Whenever you do travel, you definitely take some guidance of a guide who talks about some historical monuments, and the history, there's some stories of some kings and all those things, we know all those. Why don't we hire some kind of a expert as a coach to tell you what you need to be doing when you're doing a business? So when you're doing a business, you're not working for your own. Understand that there is a team working along with you. Even if you start along, there is a family behind you. If you start working with a group of 2 3 people, or even you are hiring a team of 5 6 7 10 people or 20 people, understand that they are behind you, and your responsibility also is to feed them with, obviously, the salaries or whatever perks and packages you are going to offer them. So mind it, businesses again a challenge, which if you have taken the first step, you have to be there all the time on your toes, because it's very dynamic. There is no fixed rule to success, as I tell you. There is no fixed rule of getting into and doing a business, because this market is so dynamic. Somebody can do something else and may get a better market share. So you have to keep on thinking all the time that how I'm going to make it better and better. So with your mind, with the team, because I always say that a group of minds always have better ideas rather than thinking from one single mind. So try to involve the key players, the key people of your team, to create more and more ideas, talk about and research, be in contact with what the market is going on. They should not be just working behind the scene, they should be working upfront. Right, when I say upfront, I mean they should be knowing what's happening in the market, what's happening in the industry, how the consumer are behaving, how what products are running good, what product they would be launching sooner, and so on and so forth. So there are so many things which creates and adds to the dynamicity of this particular business. And so a founder should be taking care of all these four parameters which I told just talked about. This is not the limit, because there are a number of parameters. These are the only four parameters which I thought could be of help, because this is a series of data which we could gather over talking to multiple businesses, multiple founders, and we found that these are the basic and common mistakes which normally founders do. So please take care of it, and I wish you all the best. Do good. I'm there to help you out. If you need any kind of help, please do come in touch with me. Please get in contact with me with all my social media channels, and I look forward to talk to you in person if you are interested. And definitely the only objective of our business coaching modules are to make you successful. So our tagline as we say that business is business simplified and success amplified, because whatever you are going to do is going to be a tougher task if you are the first time doer. So what we are going to do is to simplify businesses for you, as simple as that. There are a number of steps which people need to do, but when you come across some good coaches, they'll make your life easier and your success better. Thank you so much. Looking forward to talk to you again. Bye bye.